I wanted to tell you about a website that I always enjoyed using and I think might be really interesting for your students to use, and that is Photo Peach with fresh slideshows to go. And it is free, and I've had my account for years. And I wanted to let you know that Beth Myers and Yitka Nelson told me about it a while back. And what's great is it basically gives your slideshows sort of that Ken Burns effect. Now, I'm hoping you don't have any trouble with Adobe Flash Player. I am going to show you that once I created my account and I logged in, I just pressed the button to add Flash and it was okay. So an example of a photo peach is from one that a student made a while back when we were reading Farewell to Manzanar. So we'll just take a look at hers really quickly. I will put this in full screen and hit play. So you notice that the pictures just move around slowly. The student added the text and chose the music. So I'll get out of this full screen view. And if you're interested, we can see how to basically start one from scratch. It's really easy. And I already did install Flash Player. So what I want to bring up is if you want to make a slideshow, for instance, we had read the book and then we had the students basically summarize some of the main learnings from the book in this one, and it gives you about 20 slots for photos. So one thing I would suggest is finding the photos you think you're going to use and make a new folder for those and just put them all in there. So then you can click on all the photos at once. So I'm going to click on one. I'm going to hold Shift and I'm going to select all of these. This is just going to be for a random video about Logansport. I'll click Open and it's going to upload all of these. But if you decide, oh, I should have had a different picture or I need an additional picture, you'll be able to do that in the editing stage. So if you end up selecting 20 and then out of these 20 you realize that you need a different one, you can move some over here and put in your new photos. So I'll click Next. And right here it asks for a slideshow title. I'm just going to write example. I'm not going to worry about a description right now. You can change the speed later. And it gives you lots of music choices. So those pictures were about Logansport. Let's see if Hungarian dances will work. Maybe not. Let's try instrument. That sounds nice. I'll just say finish. You can listen to the songs. They do have a lot to choose from. And it's going to do a quick preview. But I'm going to go up here to edit. I'm going to edit the caption in the photos, and here's where you can start to move things around and add text. So if I need to have a title slide, I'll go down here to blank, and maybe I'll go ahead and call this Logansport, and I can move this over here. Now, title slide, it's going to make me basically do center, or if for any reason you want to have quiz, you do have the option. But for this one, for the waterfall at France Park, if I want the text to be center, I can do that. Or maybe I've decided that it's going to go at the bottom. So I can go through, I can put in information. Obviously, this is going to be more using some of your summary skills. You don't want to have a ton of text, but you do obviously want your students to be able to explain some of the concepts. So they can put text, they can maybe flip-flop around and switch those, and eventually have their entire slideshow done, and you can click OK. Now here's where you might decide, and I think it's going to automatically play again. You might go back and say, well, I really don't like that music after all. So you can go back and change that, and you as the teacher will have access to YouTube, but remember the students have to have you click allow. So it's probably best that they just use some of these. So you can look at instrument, you can look at classic. I thought it was interesting that there was Asian hip hop. So that's kind of fun. You can change the speed. I'm going to go ahead and just say save on this. And then I'm going to go back to edit. So if you feel like you need to add more photos, then you can click upload photo or file, sorry, and you could pick some other picture. I'm just going to pick this one as an example. You can have more than one. So it will upload that for you, and you say add. And then if we go back to edit, you can arrange where that is going to be. So if for any reason I need this picture to just maybe be, oh, let's say right there, then that will work, and I'll click OK. So if I'm happy with this, now all I have to do is go up and grab this web link, and I can right click that, copy it. I'll go to Schoology, and I'll notice when I go to Schoology, I'm set at materials, but I like to put things in updates. And so I'm going to click on updates, and you can make a video as an example, but I was thinking you would have your students make one of these so they can go in and put in the link. They can auto grab the title, or they can name it what they want. They click attach. So if you wanted students to see other students' projects, they could do that. So I'll hit post. Now, if for any reason your students don't have this box right here, I wanted to show you a couple things really quickly about Schoology. So you go in and you edit the privacy and the course settings, and it's going to take you to privacy. And what I always did was I let all members post course updates and comment on updates, but I just chose to be the only one to edit discussion responses. So now your students will get that text box where they can post links, so they can post their video and let other people see it. If your default page is materials and you want to change it to updates, that's where you can do that. So I'll hit save changes, and I'll go back to the course to take a look at that. So I think it would be fun for your students to be able to click on other students' slideshows and watch those. And you could even have an assignment where you wanted at least one student to comment on one video, and so they can learn from each other as well. I hope this helps you consider using Photo Peach and that you enjoy it.